We're back. Obviously, we have the restart rule. So now the lobby's going to go back up. And yeah, we'll get back going. Take two, I guess.
Well, all that hype for a restart. But either way, here we are, ready to get back going. And, you know, it seemed like everyone was here except for Christian Holder and his brand new shifter not working. And well, we'll see if it'll be able to get itself fixed up here today once again. We will go through the starting lineup once we get into the race and the pace stops do start. And getting everyone back into the lobby now, getting ready to go back to race day in just a few more moments.
Yeah, I mean, we had a lot of hype. Kind of just took all that hype and, well, it's not there as much. I mean, it's still there, you know. But kind of a little bit of a letdown, just getting in the lobby, getting all ready, and a little bit just, kind of unfortunate. But we're going to get that going, and we'll have hopefully 20 of these guys if Holder's shifter is fixed. Something I did want to point out, we do have practice times, and MJ Cerullo was the fastest with Fabrizio Lamina behind him. I'm still worried I'm pronouncing that wrong because Hoffman got me nervous. But and then Mazzilli, Green, England, Lyle, Perez, and Franks. So, I mean, practice times, those could come into play. MJ was fast, I guess. I didn't know that until now. But, I mean, maybe he could be an underdog?
I mean, maybe. I mean, honestly, the majority of these guys in this field tonight could win. And I think it's really going to come down to that last run. When do we get that last caution? And when do we get that last restart? If it's within the fuel run, we don't have to pit. Everyone's going to be a little more anxious to get to the front and actually get there. But if we do have to pit on that last green flag run, there is a chance that the drivers will play a little more conservative and try to get their position as it come on or off of pit road.
Yeah, and it's going to be interesting to see all the different strategies for tonight's race, but they are at race day, and apparently we do have 20 in there. And did they get a random in there? And there's a random. We got to restart for the third time. Well, second time? I don't know. Third lobby, but second restart. So that's fun. Christian said there's only thought it was a one restart rule. We do have a random in there. Yeah, this isn't good. This keeps happening. So I think we're gonna have to restart again. Unless there isn't a random. There might not be the random. Maybe they just thought there was the random. But we'll have to see.
Well, it did say that Kevin was not in the race, so.
True. Let's see here. Yeah. No? Was there a random? Yeah, I guess it was just Kevin wasn't in the race. But I mean, I thought that was a one restart rule. So, I don't know if... I don't think we had a random. But... yeah. I don't know why... Like, Shep's in this chat. Like, he's talking on Discord. I don't know... Like, and he is a VNS racer. I don't know. Maybe he's part-time, but, like, it's confusing that he isn't racing. If someone wants to clarify that in the server, then yeah.
People were saying Mike dead in the chat. I don't know if my mic's doing anything weird, but...
Let me check. No, okay, Kevin didn't join.
Yeah.
But that's the restart. That's the one restart rule, I thought. I don't think that...
Well, that one wasn't the fault of the drivers, so...
The one that... Wait, Holder shifter or the Kevin one?
The second restart.
The fact that... Oh, did he run out of time? Or was it just like that he accidentally forgot to join? I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it was Holder's fault that his shifter was broken either, but he probably should have figured that out before racing. But, yeah. That Almirola command was pretty cool.
It was. It definitely was.
Imagine Almirola likes the command. That'd be funny. But yeah, so we should get going here. Third time's the charm, hopefully, unless someone else just decides not to show up. Then yeah, we'll have to go a fourth time.
Well, it seems like some people are probably being like really stingy and joining into the lobby when they're not supposed to be in. And it looks like we are good to go this time, so no matter what, we are going green.
Don't say that too soon.
No matter what, we are going green. Right? I guarantee you. Oops.
No.
Just kidding.
Oh my god. Tyler, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah, okay, we'll just leave and rejoin. Okay. That was kind of, I don't think, was that our fault? I mean, didn't it say it was race day for you too?
Yeah, it did for me, but I joined in and it didn't let me, took me into the race rather than letting me, yes.
Yeah, and I was like confused because it wouldn't let me watch either, and I was like, huh? But, yeah, so that was kind of confusing. But we'll back out, and they won't have to. So, I guess we'll maybe go over the starting lineup because they're going through the pace laps. So, yeah, I guess we'll start doing that now. Do you want to alternate with Rose or something?
Sure, we can do that. So, row number 1, you're going to have Tim Moore and Jonah Johanan up there.
Row 2, Ryan Steinberg and Fabricio Lamina.
And then row number 3, you're going to have Thomas Green and Landon Lyle.
And we've got Jose Perez and Kevin Yerglis. I don't really... I probably butchered that, but we'll fix that.
And running your top 10 is Logan Vera and Luke Mazzilli, who is a past winner of this race.
Then we have former VRC driver Joshua Franks, and then another former VRC driver Ethan Hoffman in row number 6.
Row number 7, you're going to have MJ Cerullo and Paul Jackson, who won his way into the Daytona 250 in his dual race just a moment ago.
Then we got a pair of Chevys, J.D. Martin in the 44 and Christian Holder in the number 12.
And then 17th and 19th is Kyle England and Gatlin Downey.
Then we have in the final row Damian Pennebaker and Greg Servia. Is the lobby up?
Yes, the lobby is up.
There it is. There it is. I couldn't find it. Okay, hopefully we get in before, or I get in at least, so we can watch the start. Are you in the? Can you see
it's
the?
It's taking a little bit longer. Taking a little bit to join in, but I am there.
Yeah.
So the cars
Hopefully
are working down the back straightaway here in Daytona, and of course a 75-mile-an-hour pace speed. And look at these VNS cars rolling down the backstretch. It's going to be a very fun race for sure. And, well, these guys are getting ready to roll. Here's Jonah Johanan and Tim Moore. They've actually swapped. Tim Moore has chosen the outside lane for the initial start of this race to be 2 Fords on the outside, or 3 Fords, as a matter of fact, on the outside. It will be 2 Fords on the outside. And then you have 3 Chevrolets on the inside lane, 4 or 5 actually. And then you have Chevrolet and Toyota behind those Fords on the top side. So here they come. Out of turn number 4, it'd be the 77 of Tim Moore leading us to the green flag. Jonah Johanan is going to be on the bottom. And here we come to start out the opening race of the 2021 VNS season. A green flag in the air for Tim Moore and Jonah Johanan.
They're honestly dead even off the start. Go ahead.
And across the strike down towards turn number 1, getting up through the gears, Jonah Johanan fighting hard on that inside lane, going to try to kick that number 77 to the tail end of the field. He'll do just that. The 8 of Jonah Johanan goes to the lead in turn number 1. And what a poor decision by the 77 of Tim Moore, going to cost him dearly here on the back straightaway, falling way back. And here comes the number 11 of Steinberg behind the 8 of Jonah Johanan. Then you have the 39 up there as well. And back down to turn number 3. It looks like everyone trying to jostle for position down to the inside lane. Cars spinning up hard to the outside wall. Oh, it's lagging. Is the 11 of Ryan Steinberg.
Looks like the 22. I saw the 98. I think they might have gotten the worst of it. That's a pair of Fords. Not off to the best start. But I was going to say it's kind of single file. But some of those guys in the back, maybe a little bit of lag, maybe a little bit of aggressiveness, maybe a combination of both. But Jonah Johanan leading, much like the duel. He's having a pretty good night. Leading, I think, every lap he's been in tonight, he's led it. So, I mean, that's a pretty good stat. so far for him. But down the back straightaway, mostly single file. I believe that's the orange car of Ethan Hoffman testing the top lane. He's going to fall to the tail end of this little second group. There's a little bit of a separation. Now they're bunched back up. So it's most of these 20 cars grouped together in this single file line, almost 3 wide back there, coming back to the stripe to finish, I believe, lap number 3.
Well, there are a handful of cars outside of the draft. There's 3 of them, the 98, the 90, and the 99, and the 22 of Greg Servia all the way in the back. It looks like those guys are out of the draft early. You're going to have to hope for caution early if they want to get back with this lead draft. But right now, Jonah Yohanen commanding that very inside lane, a 4-car breakaway down the back straightaway. And we'll see if the guys that are going to be able to get that run and will be able to make that move into turn number 3 or off of turn number 4. Looks like Tim Moore is the 5th place position race car. Then there's that 08 right back behind him. That's Logan Vera, who races way into the Daytona 250. And here they come out of turn number 4. The 77 P. Tyba gets back low. The 19 pulls the inside of Joshua Franks in the number 19 machine. He'll dive low to the inside of Logan Vera and back down into the triangle here. Jonah Yohanen leads once again.
Something we're seeing is, I mean, they're being aggressive, but kind of cautious at the same time. I know that's kind of contradicting, but I mean, we've seen guys in the back make moves, as Mazzilli almost got in the wall up there, but we're seeing guys make moves, but not really too much. It's just kind of peeking out there, seeing if you get a run and maybe go with it. But some of these guys we thought would be up here, they're up here. Yohanen, I believe that's Steinberg in the 11, Green in the 39, and then Perez in the 16, 4 Chevys up in the front, and that's been something we've talked about all night. Not just this race, but the duels earlier today. It was a Chevy dominance for, I believe, both of the duels. It was really interesting to see how well the Chevys work together, and they're doing it right now also.
Yeah, absolutely. You see, toward the middle of the pack, there's a couple. Oh, Paul Jackson gets slid up to the racetrack, just about slammed to the outside wall, about knocked down a couple feet. And he's trying to find his way back down into the inside lane, but everyone's fanning out to the outside to help that number 9 machine. Now on the back straight with a 44, put him into the wall. Oh, that's contact there, and not a good look for the start of this race with the guy who just raced his way into the Daytona 250. And the 44 of J.D. Martin just came up and sideswiped the 9, and he might be able to hold on to that lead draft just barely, but by the skin of his teeth. And here's Tim Moore in the middle of this pack, trying to work his way out to the front, but dives back down low, right into the in front of the number 12, the Christian Holder back there. A lot of guys really trying to get their cars to the front of this field. 4 Chevrolets lead the draft. Then you have, it looks like, 4 Chevrolets, 2 Toyotas, and a couple more Fords back behind. And right now, everyone trying to calm down and get in line here. We're only 7 laps into the running here in Daytona, and a lot of these guys are trying to calm down and make it as far as they need to go here in this race, just to get to the fuel window, get to their first pit stop, or wait it out here in Daytona.
Yeah, and you were talking about that, and they were looking a little bit, Tim Moore going to get forced up to the top lane, and he's going to fall way, way, way back, probably all the way to the tail end of this little line here, not really little, the whole field basically, so he's going to fall pretty far back. But like you were saying, pit stop's going to come into play as we take lap 8. I know it's early, but an important aspect is strategies, and a lot of them. So when do you think the pit window is going to open?
Well, the Cup cars run about 20 to 21 laps if you don't save any fuel. So I'd assume these cars run about within 4 less laps of fuel. So I'd say they probably start pitting a little bit before lap 20 as we reach about halfway into that field run. About 16 cars are in this main draft. You see a couple of them trying to save them, possibly, because you could theoretically, actually, you should be able to make this run on one pit stop, I should say. My choice of strategy would be to pit right at lap 15, maybe take 2 tires and get your car ready to set up to get down to the halfway bonus caution. For the first time this season, a lot of guys are fading back in this lead draft. You see Tim Moore up there with the number 92. They're trying to work it out. Sadly, nothing really working for them at the moment. So down the back straightaway, though, these guys don't seem to be worried about conservation on their resources within the race car, in tires and fuel. So I'd see them start to coming down pit road here about halfway. It'll be probably, the 08 of Logan Vera gets tagged into the outside wall, and he'll fall possibly outside of the racing draft. And that might make us 15 cars in a big pack here to lead now. But like I was saying, I would expect to see a lot of groups of teammates now getting ready to form up and work their way down on the pit road together.
Jackson hit the wall, and he came back down in front of someone. I think they were able to make it back in line pretty okay. That might have been Vera. But something I'm going to point out, the guys that have raced into the 250, not having the best luck. That being the 08 and the 9, they're not doing the best. Johanan is up in the front. That's a good effort from him. But, and then, where is England at? He's in the 20. Is he in the... Yeah, he's in the lead pack. But, I mean, I guess maybe it's the dual 2 guys not having the best effort, and the dual 1 guys are doing a little bit better up here, with one of them leading and the other being in this lead pack. But a little bit of bad luck early on for Jackson and Vera, but still, Jackson's teammate and driver, Jonah Johanan, out in front, has led every lap tonight that he's been in, he's capable of leading. A little bit of 3 wide back there. I think is that Hoffman and, ooh, that was Hoffman and I believe maybe Holder. I saw them make a little bit of contact. They're kind of battling there. They almost lost the lead draft. I assume they still hold on to it, but it was kind of close to losing it. So yeah, they'll stay, I think, in line and keep pace with the lead guys.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice a lot of experimentation heading back in that tail end of the draft there with guys like Christian Holder, and I see J.D. Martin back there as well. And these guys are really starting to work their way forward here, or at least try to work their way forward. A lot of them are guys that have experience in the VNS, so they're trying to work out how this high draft package is going to work with the Xfinity cars. And you see Ethan Hoffman back there as well, and many other cars just trying to hang on here. We're getting near to those pit stops, like I said. Of course, halfway we'll be at lap number 30. And so these guys are going to try to make it to that caution on one pit stop. So I would see them splitting it in half here, starting in just about 3 laps.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of guys' different strategies are going to happen, but we do see some guys moving up through the field. We were talking about MJ Cirillo. He was fast in practice. I noticed he's like up there in 7th now. The 19, I believe that's Joshua Franks. Yeah, we know he has experience at Daytona, doing pretty good. I believe he won Talladega last season in the VRC, so he's up here in 4th. We did have that was Perez was the 4th Chevy, because I remember we had a Chevy 1, 2, 3, 4. Steinberg going to the top a little bit. No one goes with him. Someone else back there is going to go. That's Tim Moore, 3 wide, a little bit deep in the pack, and there they go, almost wrecking. I believe that was Martin and Hoffman. I know that. They made a little bit of contact. They keep it going, though. They might fall a little bit off the lead draft, but it looks like so far these guys keeping it at a good pace. Johanan going below the double yellow, but he's going to hold on, and he's led the opening 14 laps of this race.
Well, there's a lot of contact here. It looked like the 10 got into the wall just a little bit there. Gets a little bit of a nudge there from the number 44, J.D. Martin. And everyone was really frantic there, heading through the triangle and the front straightaway on its entirety there. You saw Jonah Johanan dive down below the yellow line. That car must have hit that little groove there that pulled his car down. And there's the 92 going way down low. Maybe some contact there as well. And it looks like these guys are really having a hard time keeping their cars underneath them right now as they come near these pit stops. And the top 3 right now, of course, Jonah Johanan, and then you have Ryan Steinberger, Thomas Green, who is the lead in this race. And you have the 19 of Joshua Franks. Back behind him is that number 78 of Kevin. And those guys are all really looking forward to trying to make their way, stay at the front of the field as they make their way towards halfway here in Daytona.
There's a little bit of a gap forming in between Cirillo and Moore. Never mind, that gap just kind of got filled. I think they were trying to get a run. Moore peaks to the top, goes back down to the bottom, going to fake the 92 out. Moore and the 77 back to the bottom. Now I believe he was trying to get around the 78 for a little bit. He's going to stay in line. Now Cirillo all by himself. He'll follow the tail end of this very long line most likely. But now, I mean, we still have 3 Chevys up here. It's kind of been a Chevy dominance. No one's been able to get that much of a run to get around them. And we're seeing this kind of pay off for these 3 early on. Thomas Green, obviously not a... is he? I mean, I don't think he's... I think he's listed as an independent. Whoa, someone was off the track back there.
And
I think
Tim
that
Moore
might have been a holder.
built a humongous gap between the top 5 cars. He'll have a massive run down the back straightaway. And here comes Joshua Franks now as well. He'll take it to the top side. He'll pull back down into the inside lane. Tim Moore goes to the top side. He'll have someone go with him side by side for 4th as they come down to turn number 3.
A lot of battling now, and Moore thinks that, it's a good time to try to strike now. He has the 36 behind him, but no one else really wanted to go. Hoffman going to the top, not really doing much. I think those were a couple of Fords just kind of trying to test out what they could get. Still says three Chevys up in the front. I guess the Ford's kind of maybe trying to break up that little Chevy party up at the front. But through these first 16 laps, it's Ben Yohanan. He really hasn't have to do much except just kind of hold his line, not do anything stupid. And he's done pretty well at that, as we have seen a little bit of a breakaway with these, I believe, looks like about 10 cars. They've kind of pulled away from the rest of the guys, I think, after somebody got loose and might have wrecked. But these guys starting to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to expect it to get a little bit more broken up here as well as we reach the pit stops, and there are cars on the apron entering the trioval, and it looked like it might have been the 36, I believe, of Fabico, and as it came back into out of the trioval, and he was able to keep it ahead of the number 20 of Kyle England. And those guys in the front of the pack are really playing treacherous games here with each other, as we have passed, we're getting close to a third of the way through this race, and so far, nobody has dove down on the pit road. And will that happen this time by? Will there be any mistakes? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and like you were talking about earlier, pit window might open. They could only go like about, I think you said 20 laps in Cup cars, and they're inside the pit window theoretically. So, I mean, maybe we'll see some guys pit like the Chevys, Fords, Toyotas. They might all pit at specific times and pit in groups. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see here. Maybe teams also pitting at similar times. But, I mean, some of these guys spread out. We got I believe that's a Thunderbolt car, then a Dark Horse car, and then an Independent up in the front. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to work with your teammates. You kind of got to work with manufacturers in this situation right now. That's what we're seeing the top 3 do. Someone pulls out. I believe that's the 78, or no, that's the 19, excuse me.
Well, Miscraft Motorsports cars pulled to the top side of the racetrack here in turns 3 and 4. They're trying to get something rallied up on the top side of the racetrack, trying to rally some troops to help them out there. But down the front stretch, nobody goes with them. They'll drop to the tail end of this line and back into the trial. Well, Joni O'Hanan still continues to lead here in Daytona. That Thunderbolt Racing Chevrolet looking very fine here out front. And he's got the Dark Horse guy right behind him. Those guys were really the drivers that you'd look towards to try to say that they were the best on the Super Speedways last season. They had Christian Holzer and Ryan Steinberg and all these other guys. They really started to, you make a wheelhouse for themselves, kind of get a little niche there where they're really good at these Super Speedways and almost in the top 3 just about every single race. And right now, as you can see, it's still holding on to the top 2 right here. The 10 and the 16 cars a little ways back, but it looks like they're holding on pretty strong right now, the Chevrolets.
And you were talking about Dark Horse. They added, obviously, Landon Lyle and Jose Perez. I mean, that seems like a solid move. And pit stops. Now down pit road. I believe that's a 76. Trying to find them.
Yeah, we got Ethan Hoffman in the 2 Miscraft Motorsports machines onto the pit lane here. A lot of them have actually some very foul instances with each other very recently. And well, I gotta say, it's been very interesting to see how these guys will react to each other and run with each other here to try to stay with the pack. And to the 98 on pit road as well. He is long off the draft here. That is the number 98 of Luca Mazzilli.
Yeah, so we were talking about how if teams were going to pit at similar times, and that was both the Miscraft cars and the Hoffman cars, and oh my gosh, Jonah lost a lot of time. He was very slow entering pit road. That allowed the 11, 39, and 78 to pass him, so now Yohanan might exit 4th. That was kind of a mistake on his part. I don't know why he slowed down. You can Yeah, you can fold, like, send down pit road. So I don't know why he did that, but that's going to shake up the order a little bit.
Well, my eyes are going to be on the 3 cars that have already come out of pit lane. How are they going to react to those guys that are coming out of pit road? They'll be a little bit more organized. It is only 3 cars, not completely up to speed yet, but onto the front straightaway they come. They're going to try to take over the positions away from those guys that are on pit road as they come into the triangle now. Everyone else trying to make their way off of pit road. A lot of contact there heading into turn number 1.
Oh, we got a wreck. I think someone around.
Kyle England spins heading into turn number 1. He's up against the outside retaining wall. 1 car, no caution, and the Miscraft Motorsports Machines keeps the wheels straight and slow in turn number 1. It's tough luck for him, but the 19 and the 76 cars, they surpass the 8 car of Johnny O'Hannon, who was the leader. The 11 car in turns 3 and 4, he will most likely take over the lead once the pit road cycles through. And the 19 and the 76 will come by, the 39 there as well, as they head on the front straightaway. Tim Moore is yet to pit, I believe. And it looks like Ryan Steinberg should be our leader once pit road finishes. Or pits out finished.
Yeah, I mean, he might. I mean, he has, like, the speed. I think, yeah, we're on lap 24. He's not going to be able to hold on to this lead unless maybe he gets the draft off of, that's Greg Servia and the Moneyline Mustang. He might be able to hold on, but, yes, we're going to come take lap 25. Actually, we may be on 25 already, but Steinberg, going to get used to that. It takes a little bit with off-season moves. Steinberg is going to have to try to get the draft here off of Servia and maybe just be able to pull away. That's not what these guys behind him want to see. But he's got like 5 laps to go now until halfway. And when these guys catch him, they're going to come with a full head of steam. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle this.
Well, the number 22 car, not very fast this race. He fell out of the draft on the first lap of the race. And it looks like he's going to just hand over the position to the number 11 car. And
yeah, and his teammates, Fabricio and I believe Tim, technically, McGinnis car, even though it's an independent, they're both down pit road. So that means they're going to hand the lead over to the 11 car once Steinberg passes him.
Well, I would have thought that the 22, Greg Servia, would have stayed behind the 11 and gave him a little bit of a buffer to the 19. But here they come. Looks like Joshua Franks is guaranteed going to go to the outside for the lead. Hoffman tries to go with him here. 2 by 2, they come across the line. Tim Moore and others exiting pit lane. And Joshua Franks and Ethan Hoffman, they go to the lead here in Daytona.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about earlier, Franks and Hoffman, they don't really like each other, but like, Franks was driving for Hoffman in the duels as a part-time driver. So, I mean, kind of a little bit of working mixed alliance, mixed manufacturer kind of working there. But then we have Steinberg and Green, they're kind of working together, the 2 Chevys. And it's kind of going to be a 4-car battle for this halfway win. I believe we're going to come take lap 27? I'm not sure. I don't think Drew's been... It could be lap 26, but I'm not sure. But coming back to the line is Joshua Franks out in front with Hoffman right behind.
And now it's a 5-car draft. 4 of them are lead lap cars. They have Greg Servia back there just hanging on. He will get the free pass once we do get the caution. Just about everyone who does have 1 lap to their name. But it looks like Greg Servia is the only one so far that is just a lap down. And we are within the last 4 or 5 laps of this first half of the race. Steinberg pulls to the outside lane, looking for the lead. Door to door with the number 19 of Joshua Franks back to turn 3. The huge shove from the number 39 of Thomas Green on the outside lane. Those two, a very solid relationship between each other. And Ethan Hoffman on the inside with Joshua Franks down the front straightaway. Outside lane will in. We're going to try to carry that 11 car on the outside lane. 3 laps to go up the line. No more cautions till halfway. And no more pitting. And across the line they come right now. Franks holding on to it. Ethan Hoffman back behind. And Steinberg going to fall back and try to get back in line behind this number 76 car. Thomas Green back there in 4th. What can he do? Can they get a big enough run to beat the 19 of the 76 car? Servia looks to the inside, but he'll just back out of it because he has no reason to be up there battling.
Yeah, down the back straightaway. It's going to be interesting to see who makes a move and when. Frank's still out in front. He's down the back straightaway, doing a pretty good job holding the bottom. Oh, Servia way up the track. That doesn't matter because he's a lap car. But now we're going to have 4 cars. No more cautions for the rest of this first half of the event. now down the front straightaway. No one challenging Franks at the moment. Do you think Hoffman might just push him to the halfway win, or maybe he might try to make a move also? But 3 out of the 4 of these guys battling for actual points, with Green being a leech.
Well, I mean, I really think that the 76 is going to try to find a way to get around the number 19 car, whether it's dirty or clean, because he knows what Joshua Frank's reputation is, and he's going to try to take it away from him. But remember, we are on lap number 28 out of 60 here. Next time by, 1 lap to go, because the halfway is at the beginning of lap number 30. We're coming around to lap number 29 this time by. Joshua Frank's out front, and here they come. 1 more lap to go at the line, and the 76 looks to the inside for a moment there, but was not able to squeeze his nose in. Steinberg leaving a little bit of a gap. Can he build enough of a run with Thomas Green behind him?
Down the front straightaway, I believe 1 lap to go in this half. Yes, indeed. Final lap. Is one of these 4 cars is going to win halfway? I believe 3 of them get points, if I'm not mistaken. But now someone's going to have to try to make a move. I think the 11's in a good spot. He's got the Chevy teammate of Thomas Green behind him, and I mean, there they go to the top lane. Franks blocks. He's going to stay in the top lane. Still, though, Steinberg holding the top now. Franks moves back down to the bottom, side by side. Hoffman moves back. I don't know why.
Hoffman must have gotten a lag spike there, and here comes Steinberg. He will take the lead away off of turn number 4. Ryan Steinberg with a huge power move to the outside. Here comes Franks out of the outside. Door to door, back to the green checkered flag, but Steinberg's going to get it here in Daytona. And how about that for a final lap under halfway? The 76 of Hoffman must have had some sort of lag issue, because he suddenly lost a large amount of speed, and we are halfway through. Cross flags in the air. Yellow flag is also out here in Daytona. Remember, top 5 now. That is a change in the points. The top 5 now get points at halfway.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure on that. But yeah, I mean, you gotta imagine, and I just noticed Hoffman and the Hoffman guys and the Miscraft Motorsports team, they're both in the same voice chat. So, I mean, you gotta, that's a little bit of a mixed manufacturers working together, but obviously Hoffman and Franks kind of fixed their relationship there, with Franks running a few races for the 10 team. But I think if Hoffman maybe was able to stay on Franks' back bumper, could have maybe see Joshua Franks get the win, but I think that was definitely the difference maker, was Hoffman not being able to stay on the back bumper.
Well, pit road is open this time. Steinberg will lead the field onto the pit lane. I'd assume that everyone's going to be getting 4 tires and fuel here in Daytona after that long green flag run that we had to open up this race. And side by side on pit road is the number 11 and the number 19 cars, and down the front stretch pit road and into their pit boxes. Who's going to come out first? It looks like a lot of these guys getting in a lot of NASCAR Heat AI issues, but oh man.
Yeah, and I mean, that's some of the issues we have with the game. Not, it's you can work around it. It's not really like a big thing, but we're gonna get back racing on lap, I assume, like 32, probably, because the pace lap.
And it looks like Ryan Steinberg's going to win the race off of pit road. Johnny O'Hannon might be 3rd, but it was very tight for that 2nd, 3rd, and 4th positions, and it looks like they got it all sorted out pretty quickly here. Those guys are already double filed up and getting ready to go here.
Yeah, according to race control, the 11 was out first. So yeah, that means Steinberg will be the leader, with Franks and Hoffman rounding out the top 3.
Now, I would definitely say this was a really good dress rehearsal for what we're going to see in this race coming down to the wire here. While green flag runs to the end, we're crashing under pace laps.
Reckon under caution.
Well, either way, I think these guys are really going to stay single file for the majority of the run again, maybe wait for some of the field to dissipate, and then once they get a little bit further into the run, start making moves. But I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what can happen in this race. We will go green this time by Steinberg. Chooses the inside lane with Hoffman behind him. On the outside, it'll be Franks and the 39 Thomas Green.
Oh, we're still wrecking.
And we are still wrecking in turn 34.
Yeah, Cirillo kind of got spun. Jackson now through the grass. They're still wrecking. We're going green this lap, so either way, I think we're going green. They should be caught back up. But, yeah, Drew and Sebi kind of mad, and Cirillo's around. I think we're still going green. Yeah, okay, never mind. Next lap. Okay. Oh, God. Yep, okay, we're going green next lap. So they'll speed it up, and they're still kind of wrecking each other. But we'll get this... Eventually, we'll get the race back going.
And man, oh man, this is what you get with online league racing is issues under pace laps, and oh, we're having more of them here. Guys just don't understand brakes and all that stuff, and we're having a lot of this in our test sessions and stuff like that, and our tryouts heading into the OMA, and it seems like some of these guys not so great when they're going slow, but pretty good when they're going fast. And you see contact with Ethan Hoffman and the 8 of Johnny O'Hagan there as well.
Yeah, these guys just, I mean, they're trying to sort it out. I think eventually they will. It's kind of, it's tough when you're racing online, but should get ready to go back green flag racing. Quickly, I guess we'll look at the top 5. Steinberg, Franks, Hoffman, Green, and Johanan, the top 5 as we're down the back straightaway. We'll get ready to go back green flag racing around lap 33, 34, somewhere around there, including the pace lap. So should get ready to go green soon. And yep, green this lap according to race control. So we'll get these guys back racing shortly.
And all 20 cars that started this race are still in the event, and all of them are back on the lead. Lap 33, we will begin at lap number 33 this time by, it will be a 28 lap to go restart here in Daytona to wind down the initial race of the season. Joshua Frank on the outside of your restart pole sitter. Ryan Steinberg on the inside, back up to the gears we go. Green flag is back in the air. And the 11 gets a great start from the inside lane. Not so much for the 76 of Hoffman. And the 19 falls down right in front of him. Side by side for third.
Solid restart by the 11 car. 39 going to get left up on the top lane, though, unfortunately for him. These guys kind of just bouncing off of each other. That's kind of the physics of NASCAR Heat 5. You'll see some guys bounce off and into the wall and around in the back. Someone's spinning. I saw 3 or 4 cars back there. They kind of save it, but we're going to have a separated pack now.
Cars skipping through the grass. It's a hazard version, and they all managed to keep it going straight here in Daytona. A lot of cars starting to lose the draft already on this initial lap of the restart. Here comes that outside lane trying to form up. They'll drop back down to the bottom. Johnny O'Hagan gets stuck down to the outside lane. He will fall back to the tail end of the field, and we just about had 14 big ones on the first lap of that restart, but we somehow managed to keep it going with at least 15 cars in this main draft.
Yeah, and I mean, this is kind of what Ryan Steinberg wants to see in his rearview mirror. He just wants to see a lot of, well, single file right now, but I mean, he wants to see some carnage in his mirror, but not enough for a wreck. He just wants to be calm and just stay out in front. He does have Ethan Hoffman behind him. Both these guys really hungry for a win. Stein hasn't won ever in the OMA. Hoffman hasn't won in a long time. Thomas Green won a VRC race last season, and he is elite, of course. But a lot of these guys up here, they want to get potentially maybe a first career OMA win, maybe a first win in a while, but a lot of interesting storylines, and these guys single file most of the way through the opening few laps of the second half.
Well, and I have to say, once again, tough luck for last season's winner of this race, Luca Mazzilli, falling out of the draft early on this restart once again, and tough luck for him, not been his day. He'll be hoping for a caution. Same for MJ Cirillo and those guys on the back straightaway. It looks like a couple cars trying to pull their way to the outside lane, the 10 to 90. Oh, the number 20 car got shuffled onto the apron in the middle of the field, but he'll get right back up in line and manage to find his way back onto the double yellow racing line. And man, a lot of these race car drivers getting really antsy here. Oh, and England's back on the apron, and he's going to come back up the racetrack and just barely avoid other oncoming traffic. And man, oh man, Kyle England not having a great restart to the second half of this race.
Yeah, I mean, that's very unfortunate, but he can maybe make his way through the field later on. But still, single file. Some guys trying it, I believe that, was that the 90 back there? He moved up to the top. I think he falls back in line. But a lot of guys trying their best, trying maybe to test the lines. You've got time. You seriously have time to test the lines until, like, I mean, because we still have a lot of laps to go. I believe around 20, 25, or yeah, somewhere around there. So these guys have a lot of time to figure out what is going to work and what their game plan is closing in on the later stages.
Yeah, and I'm going to be looking towards the tail end of this field. How about the guys like Johnny Yohanan, who started out front here today, or Paul Jackson, or Greg Servia, even, who was running last for the first half of this race? What could they bring to the table here for the finish of this race when it comes down to it? Johnny Yohanan, he's fallen back just a little bit of a ways back there in the middle or so of this lead draft, and he was one of the fastest cars earlier in this race. Could he find strategy in the pit cycle once again, or get lucky when we come back to cautions? There's a little bit of contact with the 99 and the 10 in the back, but they'll keep it straight once again. And back on to turn number 3, towards the banking. Still, Ryan Steinberg leading the draft.
Another thing we mentioned, we have a lot of new names in this field. Could one of those new names potentially go to victory lane, or is it going to be one of these guys that's been in this situation before? Sorry.
Well,
what was I saying? Yeah, like a Steinberg or a Hoffman, and I don't know why Stein's going to the top there, but
see,
yeah,
actually, I do know what he is doing. This is a move that the famed Tim Moore has been pulling here at the Super Speedway tracks. It's a very easy way to keep from the guys on the inside lane from getting your draft and pulling ahead of you and being able to make a run for you on the Logan Vera. Cutting the grass down the back straightaway. He'll get paid a little bit extra by Daytona International Speedway today for that good job, but he'll keep back on the racetrack and continue to keep going here in Daytona, and he'll fall back just a little ways, and I think he should be able to stay with this lead draft. But back up front, though, like I was saying, that number 11 car toying with the draft, and it really seems like Steinberg is the strongest out of all the cars in this field here today, and Steinberg is one of those guys that's been around for a long time and just hasn't had the luck, but he's been one really talented and fast driver, just hasn't gotten to victory lane. And I said earlier in this race, or before this race started, that this kid could be the guy to go to victory lane here today in Daytona.
Yeah, that'd be very impressive. He's had chances to win. Just there were guys that were better. Like at Martinsville last year, I believe he was second in a 5-car race, but unfortunately for him, Tim Moore was in that race. That's the issues he had, and you can see doing that strategy you were talking about. That, speaking of Tim, you said that Tim was known for doing, and now we're going to come take, I believe, 21 laps to go as we're on lap 40 this time by. The laps winding down, and that's what Ryan Steinberg really wants to see.
And the guys behind the field, out of the draft, looking for a caution, and those guys at the tail end of the field, they were just about to make one. Johnny Yohanan waved to the top side of the racetrack. The 90 car seems to be falling out of the draft as well. Those guys are running 3 and 4 wide as we were speaking there about Ryan Steinberg. And it looks like that 11 car pulling people to the outside, maybe trying to force some guys to get shuffled out of the pack, or possibly trying to get those guys pulled to the outside of the racetrack to run the outside lane.
Yeah, I mean, the issue right now is he just, like, we don't know what's going to happen. And I think Stein's just trying to put himself in the best position to get the win. Apparently, 77 tried to pass below the apron. No warning because Drew did not see it. But he is told to be careful. So, I did not see that. I don't know if Tim's in this lead group or anything. But we have seen some warnings tonight, and that's another one of them.
Yeah, and we're coming down the back straightaway now. We are within 20 laps to go, meaning we are just about to find her. Oh, there's contact with the back
we got a wreck.
Somehow they managed to save it. Paul Jackson got shafted into the outside retaining wall and managed to keep the wheels underneath them. They were 3 wide for a moment, and they somehow managed to keep the car straight. But this might do what we thought would happen at the start of this second half and split that lead pack up once again. And it looks like they might just do it here. And Greg Servia seems to be the only man in the middle.
Oh, big lag spike into the wall. I think everyone kind of saved it. Never mind, they're still wrecking almost.
And somehow we are managing to keep these cars straight. Contact absolutely everywhere. Cars flying up and down the racetrack. And look at the separation in the pack now. Steinberg under attack. And now cars in the middle of the field making huge runs, going to the outside with our cars, making contact and other stuff as well as they come back down to the back straightaway. Can we find any way to get these cars to the end safely? I don't know at this rate.
Yeah, that's got to be heartbreaking for the 36 car of Fabricio Lamina. He was doing really well, and then an unfortunate lag spike from Thomas Green in the 39. Oh, and the 19 has received a warning and a very harsh statement from Drew Jua, the race official. So I guess he did something very aggressive. I don't know, but because I didn't really see it.
Well,
But not really surprising since it's Joshua Franks.
it did seem like there was some sort of blocking or hefty movement going around in that trial, about 2 or 3 wide, and Joshua Franks was at the head of that little group that was doing so. But I don't know if it was his fault, but definitely one of the main culprits there, of course, that caused all the contact. And looks like everyone's kind of started to settle down just a little bit more here in Daytona. But will this last?
Never mind. They almost went 3 wide back there. That was Moore and I believe Jackson and someone else. They all kind of keep it back single file now. They all made it back single file. 18 laps, actually never mind, 17 laps to go now. Now something I'm worried about is Thomas Green going to have a lag spike again. And if so, Ethan Hoffman might be the next victim.
It looks like these guys are starting to catch their breath just for a moment now and try to find their way towards the front. And honestly, I would say these guys are getting ready to come down pit road here very shortly and take their final couple cans of fuel or something if they don't get a caution.
Apparently one car did spin out. I don't know where that was exactly, though. Because Sebi just said that. So apparently, yeah, we did have a 1-car wreck, but yeah, unaware of where that was. Apparently the 98 and the 20 spun, according to the server. Okay, but yeah, back to this now. Pit stops happening. The 92, I saw him either exiting or entering. I'm not sure.
Exiting pit road was MJ Cerullo, and there's a lot of movement at the front of the field. 3 wide for about 5th place with the 16, the 9, and it looks like the 77 there as well as they come off of turn number 2. And they'll even that back up to a side-by-side battle. Paul Jackson out there.
All pass for the lead.
And here comes the 39. It's Thomas Green to the outside. He'll take the lead away from Ryan Steinberg, who seemed to be the strongest car all evening. And here he is now, falling back to second with 16 laps to go here in Daytona.
That situation, coming back to the finish for Thomas Green, do you maybe let Steinberg by? I know he's not your teammate in this situation, but like, you know, it's Chevy power. I don't really know. And Drew apparently reported a 3-car wreck, the 20, the 98, the 36. Unaware if that... I don't know if they're going to call it yellow, though. It's been a while since that wreck happened, I think. But we are on 15 laps to go, so we'll wait for confirmation on that. But now, pass for the lead, though. Thomas Green to the lead. So yeah, we'll wait and see if that's a wreck, or I mean a yellow flag. Sebastian didn't see it, so... Yeah, I don't know. I think we'll stay green, though.
Coming back across the line here, a pair of Chevrolets leading the draft here in Daytona, and Ryan Steinberg pushing the 39 car, and you have the 76 of Ethan Hoffman there as well, and it's a long train of race cars here around this 2.5-mile super speedway within the last 15 laps of this event to open up the VNS season. A lot of cars hitting the apron there in turns 1 and 2, but they will keep their cars back underneath them.
Apparently, I mean, I don't think they're going to throw the yellow, but apparently Luca killed Fabricio and Kyle. But yeah, I think we're staying green just because they didn't see it. So, still though, single file. That's been kind of the theme for the past like 3, 4, 5 laps. Except for that pass for the lead that Thomas made on the 11 car. But I believe we're on lap... I believe we have 13, 14 laps to go.
Yeah, there's about 13 laps to go here tonight in Daytona. Right now, of course, Ryan Steinberg continuing to follow that 39 right in his tire tracks against the double yellow line here. I see guys like Tim Moore, Joshua Franks, and Kevin's up there as well, and those guys looking to get their a win here in Daytona in the VNS Series. A lot of these guys don't have a win in this series quite yet, and some of them not even in the OMA. That's Ryan Steinberg sitting second. He's desperate to get a win here today. He might pair up with the 76 Hoffman, who's on a very long winless streak, and he'll try to find his way out into the lead. And we're just outside of the 10 laps to go, just inside the fuel window. When will they come down the pit road? Will they pit anytime soon, or will they try to wait out a caution?
Yeah, another important thing is if they pit, will they wreck? Because we saw earlier Jonah Johanan slowed up a ton when he came down pit road. We could maybe see something like that again, maybe someone checking up and causing a wreck. But so far, no one really testing anything. Oh, as soon as I say that, someone pulls out. That's Perez in the 16, with help from Jackson in the 9. A couple of Chevys working together. They're going to kind of fall back in line. I think that also is Vera, and he'll fall back in line. Perez kind of getting left out, and yeah, that is Perez on the top lane. Thought it was Jackson for a minute. We're going to come take 11 laps to go now. And they're kind of getting a little bit aggressive in the back. Nothing too crazy, but just a little bit of guys trying to peek their nose out and see if they can make a move.
And I'm going to be very interested to see how these guys will cope with some of the guys out front that are more aggressive, like Joshua Franks and Tim Moore. Will they be able to get around them easily enough, or will they have to rely on pit stops to get them ahead of them in track position? Because right now, those guys sitting right outside the top 5, and then everyone else behind them trailing them. So it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys will materialize their runs, as it looks like the 10 got booted to the top side there by the 9 of Paul Jackson. And here they come onto the front straightaway. Will we see pit stops this time by? It looks like, oh, contact there with the 99 of the 16, but they will keep it straight. No one comes down to pit lane, and count it on both of your hands, folks. 10 laps remain here in Daytona.
Well, an interesting race so far, and I think we're going to see a lot of interesting things left in these last 10 laps. A little bit of a gap forming between the 76 and the 11 cars now as we enter the back straightaway, and it's still the 39 and the 11. Are they pulling away, or maybe the 76 just lifting? Maybe there was some lag, and down the back straightaway, someone down. That was Franks, all the way down below the apron. He moves back up the track, and he seems okay for now. But we've got a 2-car breakaway up the front as we're going to come take 9 laps to go. The pit window might be open. Will we have any takers?
And here we come across the line here in Daytona, and looks like just the 2 guys that are VRC full-timers that are running in this race, Thomas Green and Tim Moore. Those 2 are in the top 5 right now, trying to hold on to this. And as they come around turns 1 and 2 onto the back straightaway, 9 laps remaining in Daytona. When will these guys have to pit? And will it be anytime soon here? Ethan Hoffman with a huge run, but will he take it to the outside of the 11? Brian Steinberg, it looks like the 70 got there, but the 19 gets shuffled out. Will he find a way back to the inside anytime soon? Looks like he won't. Caboose to the end of the line, and that's the 19 of Joshua Franks.
The 19 has received a warning to not pass under the line, or actually he's not received a warning. We got a car on the wall. Paul Jackson back there. Pit stops ensuing right now. The 39, 76, 78, 19, and 9 all down pit road. And more cars in the back. That's Siedi Johanan.
And Paul Jackson is saved by pit stops. Could very easily make up that small bit of ground. And here we come down pit road. And, of course, a lot of guys coming down pit lane going to have to try to make their way forward. But a lot of guys that were outside of the draft are going to have to hope for a caution. Those like Luca Mazzilli, those like the Cerullo as well. And maybe even the 90 car back here as well as in Gatlin Downey. A couple others as well back there. But right now, it's going to be a tough battle out front. Of course, Ryan Steinberg is your leader, but he might be pitting this time by. Here they come, diving below the WL line, all the way down to the inside. Tim Moore stays out in a huge gaggle of cars on pit lane. And here they come.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of these guys are going to have to wait for a yellow flag. If that does happen, we have 7 laps to go. 2 cars apparently stay out. The 77 of Tim Moore and the 22 of Greg Servia. So I believe they are the leaders right now.
And it looks like the 92 and 98 of MJ and Luca, they have actually made their way back onto the lead lap through these pit stops. They seem to pit earlier because they were really far behind the draft. And now those 2 working together here, we're hoping for some sort of caution to come out. 77 and 22 cars stayed out, and they will come down pit road this time by. That's a pair of Fords right there, Greg Servia and Tim Moore.
Yeah, and I believe they will not retain the lead, obviously, due to the pit cycle. So it's going to be interesting to see who retains the lead. I don't think we're going to have a finish like we did last year with Luca winning. I don't think we'll see that again. I feel like we're going to see some kind of pit strategy. And, man, the 22 of Servia. I think he kind of pitted a little bit short there. I think he might have kind of pulled some strategy. He got out a lot more over Tim Moore. And now down the front straightaway.
Well, last season it was a
merging.
It was a dark horse car in Luca Mazzilli winning last season in Daytona. Yeah. He won't be able to win this race here today if it does go green. But I have faith that this number 11 of Ryan Steinberg, same car as the winning car last year. Steinberg is in this car. He could have a very good shot at winning this race. We are within 5 laps to go of the finish here in Daytona. Greg Servia leads. Tim Moore sitting second, but those two are independent race cars. Moore tries to block. Steinberg pulls high, and he's going to bring his teammates with him.
Now, something we got to ask, did Greg pull the right strategy at the right time? He's the leader, and, I mean, he might have gotten a good strategy in. You can see him a little bit ahead. He knows how to win. We've seen it firsthand in the Extra Series. He's a great driver. Didn't have the chance to win the championship due to internet issues in Extra South last season. He's trying to start off the season on a very positive note, and I think we'll have like a 5-car battle for the win once they catch Serbia. But this is going to be very interesting to see who can get this win. 5 laps to go to settle it here in Daytona. And we have a yellow flag.
Caution is now crashed.
4
Big
cars.
crash in turn number 1. Paul Jackson's involved. I see J.D. Martin involved. Kevin's involved. You have the 12 and Christian Holder. Yellow flag is out. A big crash in turn 1. Greg Servia is your leader. And Dark Horse Racing 2, 3, and 4. And this will bunch the field back up together again as they come around 3 laps to go this, looks like 3 or 4 laps to go this time by Greg Servia is the leader at the line. And, just barely out of range from the lead is Luca Mazzilli. And fun fact, this is only the 2nd incident caution for the VNS at any plate track in the past 5 or 6 races. We only had this caution in the final caution at Talladega last season, and pits are going to be closed. Everyone doubling up. We will have a 2 laps to go restart, and we'll have a very slow catch pace speed here for those guys that are really far back. And
there is apparently people are mad at Christian. Apparently he wrecked Franks is what I'm getting from that. And Jarrett's mad that he ruined apparently what would have been a good finish, and I agree with him. We would have had a very interesting finish there. I don't think Greg honestly would have won that yellow. He would have been in a pretty good spot to get a guaranteed top 5, and now he's kind of stuck in a difficult situation. Pace speed is 50. Don't know why I read that. That's always the same. They're not going green this time. Actually, they will go green coming to 2 to go. So I think they'll go green next lap. Yeah, they're going to double up, and they're not going green, and pits are closed. So they will go next time with 2 laps to go to settle this one. Tyler, we've gotten near. It's been eventful. Who do you think's in the best spot to win this?
Well, Fisher, I was just about to ask you the same exact question. We're coming down to the end of this race. 1 lap to go until we get to the green flag. Out front, Greg Servia. Then you have Ryan Steinberg, then his 2 teammates, Jose Perez, and then the 10 car right behind him. That's Landon Lyle. You have Tim Moore back there. Thomas Green. Those 2 are leeches in this race, both VRC full-timers. And you have Logan Vera back there. Then you have the number 99. That is the... that is the Damian Panabacker machine. And you have Ethan Hoffman back there. You see a couple of guys like Joshua Franks, your pole sitter, Jonah Yulhanen, and then you have J.D. Martin back there. Kevin, whatever his last name is, back there as well, 19 to 92. And then Luca is back there with the number 9 of Paul Jackson, then Christian Holder, and the 20 of Kyle England. And I gotta say, my money is still on Ryan Steinberg. I think his teammate Jose Perez will let him in on the inside lane off this restart, and they'll be able to push each other around and try to get this checkered flag. But it is Jose on the inside lane. Jose has not won in a very long time either, so he could be very desperate to get himself a win here today in Daytona. Greg Servia's got a really good shot at it. But Jose Perez up there as well. He's going to have the 77 and Tim Moore back behind him. They're going to need a really good restart if they're going to have a chance at this.
Yeah, and Parker said something in the chat. Very interesting. He said the 77's going to find a way to win this race. We know Tim is very, very good at finding a way to come up clutch and get these wins late. He pulled it off at Talladega later, making not even a last lap. It was more of a last corner pass. The most recent VNS plate race. But as we come through turns 3 and 4, Drew says it's a green-white checkered. It definitely is. 2 laps to settle this one. It's going to be the 22, the 11, 6, and then the, is that the 10, and then the 77. Coming back through the tri-oval. 2 laps to settle this one. Who's going to open up the VNS season with a on a positive note? Coming back to the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Servia. Steinberg leading us to the green flag. Dead even at the start.
And Steinberg not going to get let back in by his teammate Jose Perez. Down back to the making turn number 1. Back up through the gears once again, excuse me there. But down into the corner, wheel to wheel. Greg Servia, Ryan Steinberg for the lead. Both of them looking for their first VNS wins. Contact on the apron. No more questions in this race. Whatever happens, happens. Down the backstretch now. A big gap opens up on the inside lane. Steinberg going to try to drop low. He'll try to do that, but the 10 is going to make it to the inside. 3 wide contact. And down the back
Oh, there
straightaway,
goes Lyle.
Steinberg has now put himself in position to win here in Daytona.
Down the back straightaway, Servia trying to block. He's trying to hold him off, but Ryan Steinberg determined to get this win all the way back there. That's Thomas Green in the 39, then Damian Panabaker. Maybe an upset for the 99. Never mind, he's all the way up to the top lane. Coming to the white flag, 2-car breakaway, Servia and Steinberg.
And it's going to be a huge run from Thomas Green back behind. Coming back to the making turn 1, 22, 11, bumper to bumper for the final time in Daytona. And Tim Moore out of the picture. We're not going to go back-to-back for Super Speedway wins. Here they come. Off of turn number 2. Steinberg, he's going to have a huge run on the 22 Servia. It's down the back, looking high. He's going to take the position. Contact.
Oh, he's in the wall.
And he's going to fall back on the outside lane. Here's now the 39 of Thomas Green. Back to the making at turn number 3 for the final time. Heartbreak for Steinberg. And they're big crashing. White car up in the air. That's the 10. As they spin, crash wildly. Greg Servia leads onto the front stretch for the final time in Daytona.
He's going to block him, going high, going back to the bottom. Greg Servia keeping them all at bay, coming back to the line. First career OMA win for Greg Servia.
And Greg Servia with the massive blocks of the season. Dale Earnhardt would be proud. Greg Servia wins in Daytona. Second place, Thomas Green. And Joshua Franks comes home third. And such a heartbreak. Steinberg once again top 5 and had the fastest car and just couldn't get it done. Oh, heartbreaking. Man, what a race, though, here in Daytona. Very fun to watch. But a lot of guys, I can tell you right now, tempers are going to be flaring, so check the chat because this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, we just got a picture of the results. Servia first, Green second, Franks third, Panabaker fourth, Steinberg fifth, so he still gets the top 5. Cerullo, a good run for him in 6th. Kyle England 7th, Ethan Hoffman 8th, Luca Mazzilli in 9th, and Gatlin Downey in 10th. So that's our top 10, and then we have Johanan, Moore, Perez, Kevin, I'm not going to try to say his last name. Then you got Paul, Logan, Christian, JD, Lyle, Fabricio, I believe. That is our finishing results. A great race, and we got a first-time winner as well.
Yeah, especially, it's a very fun comeback for the 22 of Surrey as well. He was last, a lap down at the end of halfway, and managed to make his way back up to the front and win in Daytona. And how about that for Servia? I mean, an absolutely amazing finish for him. He was able to hold on strong, and man, oh man, great job to him and his team for coming out on top here in Daytona.
Yeah, now once we get back in the lobby, we will invite the top 5 people in here, so... Okay, okay, we'll get Greg, Thomas, Franks, okay, and then I'm going to invite Luca because he wanted one. Mark, if Mark has his headphones or headset, I'll invite him, but... Okay, so we got all the top 5, and then Luca because he wanted one. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we got 6 people in here. Let me invite Mark real quick because he wanted one too. You know what, never mind, I can't find him. Okay, so we got, let's see who's in here. Which one of y'all want to go first? Which one of y'all got your mic? A better question. Okay, one of y'all say you want to go, cause yeah. Okay, Josh, that's kind of vulgar. Hopefully you didn't have your audio included for that, but okay, so I believe it was I know for sure it was a top 5 finish.
It was third.
It was P3. Good effort. Obviously, after not making the Daytona 250, which I'm sure you're not happy about. Just kind of coming to the line. I mean, you weren't in the best position to get a win. Nevertheless, a good finish. Just kind of take me through that last few laps and kind of just avoiding the wrecks to get the P3.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I got wrecked intentionally. It got admitted. That brought out that last caution, so it's certainly something that reset the field. I thought it was going to be another chance. I started in 9th, and everybody just started going crazy in front of us. We moved through the field a little bit. We were able to get positions and get our nose under certain guys. And we were when that wreck happened on the back straightaway, I saw Stein go high. I went high to where the face was. He came down and took out guys, and the Red Sea parted, I guess, and I was able to get through the middle there. And I got on Thomas's back bumper, and I was trying to get them side by side to where I can see if I can make it 3 wide or something, or if they wreck each other, see if I could try to gain position off of that. But Greg got a good block on him and was able to stall the momentum. So, you know, happy to come home third. I should be the points leader, finishing second at the stage, and then third overall in the race. So hopefully I'll be the points leader after this one. But if not, you know, the second in points wouldn't be too bad either way, depending on how it rolls out. But great first race for us this season. Love to come back to Vegas. I think it's next weekend, and see if we can put this number 19 Miscraft Motorsports car in victory lane.
Well, I know you definitely would love to be in victory lane, but still a solid finish. Congrats on your 3rd place finish, and good luck next race.
Thank you, man.
Okay, so Tyler had to leave to help his dad with something, so I guess I'm doing the rest of the interviews. Can one of y'all invite Mark if y'all have him added?
Real quick, can y'all hear me?
Okay. Greg, make sure to include your audio.
Fisher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Okay, Greg, you ready?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, first career OMA win. I mean, just in the return to the OMA, obviously ran trucks a few seasons ago. Definitely, I wouldn't say an upset. We expected you to be good all race long, but just kind of recap those last few laps where you were just blocking and trying to hold on to the lead.
Those last few laps, holy crap, they were really stressed. Like, even before the fall behind the pack, but the worst part about it was I only took fuel, so I finished with like a 10% right front tire, so I was like really scared. And I was also scared the fact that I had half a lap short, so I managed to save that enough. And then just on the final lap, I moved up a little bit just to block Stein. I may have moved up a little bit too much, a twitch that may have put him in a wall on accident. And then after that, the 39 was coming, and then in turns 3 and 4, I just moved up a little bit just to kill the momentum, and then I won the race. It's just, that was a stressful last few laps.
Yeah, and obviously, it didn't really start out positive. You were in the back. I believe you were the first car a lap down. I mean, what kind of flipped? Like, because you weren't doing the best the first half. What kind of switched, and like, what was it, a different strategy or something that caused you to get the win?
What happened the first lap was that, I think it was Luca actually. He came up, I actually ran into him, I was just getting thrown around, and then I ended up losing the draft. And I was just there for the first 30-ish laps. And in the second half, I managed to actually stay with the pack, managed to not kill the car, tried to save the tires a decent amount, so just in case of the situation I had where by the end of the race I was barely good on tires. So the main switch that flipped was just staying with the pack.
Yeah, well, congrats on the win. Definitely, I'd say a well-deserved win coming from the back to the front. But congrats, man, and good luck next race.
Thank you.
Okay, Luca, your last... Well, actually, we got Mark in here, but we'll go ahead and interview you first. Make sure to include your audio.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, Luca, not the best result. I think you got... I know you got a top 10. I think it was like a 9th place finish today.
Yeah.
definitely a step down from last season where you got the win. Apparently your dad's proud of you though, so that's a positive. But I mean, just kind of like take me through the whole day, because it was definitely, I feel like, an up and down day for you.
Well, I'm still shaken up after that final lap. I was just, I don't know what happened, but first lap of the race, I get completely checked up on, turned sideways, but save it on turn 1. I go crazy there, and I didn't know what was going on, and I was in the back most of the race, so I wasn't getting any action at all until the final lap. But that was a crazy final lap. I'm actually still shaken up about that, because how many cars wrecked on that final corner, or turn 3. But I want to thank Ford Performance, Hoffman Family Racing, Stronghold Esports, EmeraldSkate.com, and everyone else that's been a part of this. We're going to go back at Vegas. We're going to try and win Vegas. We have a great car for Vegas anyways, so I'm going to try and fight hard. Also, I want to thank everyone that was watching the stream. That's one of my friends and my dad. What's up, Dad? How you doing? And what's up, my fellow brothers, basically. And I'm just very, very tired and shaken up after that race. But
Yeah.
yikes.
I'm proud of you, Luca.
Yeah, I know. I know you definitely would have loved to be, you know, a winner, but it's still a solid finish. You'll, I assume, take that into next race. I believe you said Las Vegas is where y'all racing next week, or next race. But
Yeah, we're gonna.
good luck there, and congrats on top 10.
Thank you so much, man.
Okay, Thomas, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
It says you're still connecting on my end, but I guess we'll go ahead and interview you. Make sure to include your audio.
Yep.
Okay, so you got a, I believe, second place finish. I don't have the results there,
Yeah,
but I'm
me
pretty
too.
sure it was second. And you weren't like racing for points or anything, so I mean, it wasn't really a, you know, just kind of a important race. You were just kind of out there just trying to go for the win, go all out for that. But just kind of, I mean, what were your goals going into tonight? I assume it was obviously just to try to win.
Yeah, goals going into the race were definitely, I mean, I wanted to get the win, but bigger goals was helping out the Dark Horse Racing team. We had a bunch of cars in that race, and I was full on set pushing Stein to the win there, but it just didn't work out, I guess. But I don't think I left the top 5 at all during that race. So very stressful, just trying to help Stein. We made a beautiful move for halfway, and yeah, but I'm super proud of all the Dark Horse Racing guys. We did phenomenal today. Even if we didn't get the win, we still did great.
If Servia didn't like, and I don't know if this was fully his fault, because I mean, I did see the video and I'm not really sure. There could maybe be a penalty, but I'm not sure like if it's for him or for anyone else. But if Servia didn't block Stein, do you think maybe y'all could have gotten the win?
Yeah, absolutely. I think even if he didn't make that move, we were going to, on that last lap, go to the outside like we did for halfway. I told Stein the exact same thing as halfway, do the exact same thing, and we're going to make it. But I would have to see replay, but it looked sketchy to me. I'm not quite sure what happened, but it was a good race all around, though. Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I got one more thing. I don't know if you were in this lead pack, and I just saw Lyle point this out, that y'all were gonna maybe catch him. I know multiple of those, the Dark Horse cars for sure were in that pack. They were gonna probably catch Servia before that caution came out, so I definitely feel like that's heartbreaking. And it's not even, I would say congrats and good luck on the next VRC or VNS race, but you got the VRC race tomorrow. Good luck in that. But yeah. Also, one more thing. Tyler was wondering this. What did you order for food?
I ordered chicken dinner from a pizza restaurant.
Okay. It was very important because Tyler wanted to know. But thank you. Congrats on second and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay, Mark, can you hear me? Mark, you're gonna have 10 seconds. If you don't answer, then... Do I have you muted? No, I don't have you muted. If you don't answer in 10 seconds, you're getting kicked and we're ending the stream. Mark. Mark! Okay, Mark isn't here. We're kicking him. Okay, bye, Mark. I can't hear you, so... If you're talking, sorry. I bet Mark was talking and I couldn't hear him. But, man, thank y'all so much for watching. What a finish. I wish Tyler was here to sign off with me. But it was a great race. The OCM Racing 150 here in Daytona. Great finish. Congrats to Greg Servia on a great win. Great way to open up the season for him. But, yeah, thank y'all so much for watching. And we will see y'all, I believe, tomorrow with, I believe, Rick James and Eddie Kalegi in the broadcast booth for the Daytona 250. The 2020 running of the Great American Race for the VRC. So make sure to watch that, and then I believe Las Vegas next race for the VNS. We'll see y'all there. Bye.